Hello and welcome to another Sci-Fi Creepypasta with me, Zero Option. I'm on a 2021 goal of trying to get at least 1,000 subs on this channel, so if you like the sci-fi content I do, please hit that sub button, smash the like button, and leave a comment down below. And with that out of the way, let's read Reaching Pluto. In 1976, the Soviet Union started yet another attempt to reach a space frontier before the United States. The project was kept in total secrecy, and no information was made available until now. The rocket, which was built using part of the remnant technology and crew of the last failed Mars program, was called Tizanov-1. It was designed to house cosmonauts in relative comfort during the long journey. With the intense working schedule on the project, it was ready to be launched on July 21st, 1978. In the 2 years that passed between the start and the end of building the rocket, the government made countless tests to pick the perfect six-person crew to board it. What started with only 200 people ended, after physical and psychological testing, in only 12, in which they were placed into mostly empty rooms with no sounds and only artificial lights. The last 6 to leave would be the ones that would board the Tizanov-1. After this endurance test, which lasted 7 months, the 6 cosmonauts were picked: 4 men, Vladimir, Alexei, Petrov, and an unknown 4th, and 2 women, Elmira and an unknown 2nd. None of their surnames is known, since much like the unknown female and male cosmonauts' names, this info has been blacked out on the only surviving copy of the documents. In the early hours of November 6, 1978, Tizanov-1 was launched. No one of the national or international press was informed about this. The Soviet Union wanted to keep it a secret so there wouldn't be any embarrassment for the government in case things went wrong yet again. Much to their surprise, the rocket not only launched without any issues, but it traveled much faster than was anticipated by the scientists of the Soviet space program. According to all calculations, the flight would take approximately 11 years to be complete, but as the new, unexpected speed the rocket was reaching, the scientists estimated it would only take 8 years to reach the destination. During these 8 years, contact was made on an hourly basis with the cosmonauts to see how they were doing in there. They openly rejoiced when they were told how much faster the rocket would reach Pluto, as although they had passed the endurance test, they were long afraid of getting too bored with the long wait. Nothing out of the ordinary happened for a very long time, until around the second half of the 7th year. The unknown male and the unknown female cosmonauts reported to the station that they were having strange nightmares, ones they had never before had in their entire lives. Although the scientists asked them about it, they didn't provide any further details, saying they were probably just lacking enough sleep with the anxiety of getting so near the destination. They still, however, complained about said nightmares for a few weeks, seeming more and more frustrated with them until nothing. The data has been expunged, and all attempts to discover what happened to them have proven futile. Whatever may have happened to them, however, seems much better than what happened to the remaining 4. When the rocket landed on Pluto in December 25th, 1986, there was huge celebration in the Soviet headquarters. The cosmonauts reported they had landed safely, and that they would go for a walk on the soil of the 9th planet. This is where things turn grim. Although, per usual, many of the details are missing, and we only know things we do now because one of the Soviet scientists somehow managed to save from destruction his copy of the recording of the events that unfolded on the only day the cosmonauts spent on Pluto. What follows are translations of the transcript from the surviving audio tape. Vladimir, we are finally here. Despite our thermometer saying it's minus 203 degrees Celsius right now, our spacesuits are keeping us remarkably warm on this cold little planet. Cheers for the Soviet Union, comrades! Alexei, Petrov, and Elmira. Cheers! Elmira. The pressure is very low out here. It is so low our tools cannot even measure it. Either that or they are broken, but I'm more inclined to believe the first option. Are we supposed to wait on the rocket first to get adjusted to the pressure? Elmira, understood. In this case, we will proceed with the mission. Petrov, would you open the door for us? Petrov, yes, just a moment. Footsteps and the sound of a door being opened are heard. Alexei, perfect, let us not waste a moment. Cheers are heard again as the cosmonauts herd to the exit. After a few moments of dead air, communication picks back up. Vladimir, this is not all we expected to see here. Vladimir's voice is very tense. Elmira, how exactly are we supposed to describe this? It's not like anything we have ever seen. It seems like there are things similar to huge television screens everywhere. They show things that are gone long before television existed, and they also show things that'll probably exist long after the presumable end of television. There. Petrov, Alexei, Vladimir, right? Elmira, there are no people or living creatures in sight. There are things similar to our streetlights, but what emanates them is not light, but darkness. The sound of footsteps can be heard for well over a minute. When the voices are heard again, they're even more tense than before. Petrov, if you could witness what we are witnessing here, you would go insane. Alexei, and we probably already are. Suddenly, a metallic drone is heard in the background. The sound of a gunshot follows it. Petrov, Alexei, and Vladimir can be heard mumbling collectively in the background. Elmira, comrades, calm down. Getting so worked up over this will only make matters worse. Vladimir, how can you calm down? We're not meant to see what we just saw. Elmira, yes, but... Elmira, imagine a child whose skin was like one of a lizard, whose eyes are inexistent, and through whose eye sockets you could see their brains, and who had a mouthful of very sharp teeth. Imagine all of this and more things that we cannot even think of describing. Vladimir, it would probably be too dangerous. That thing is probably venomous. Vladimir, we do not want to take this risk. Vladimir, stop making this request. Vladimir, fine. If you want your heroes to risk their entire lives, then we will gladly take it to Earth. Alexei, do we even have room in the rocket to house such a thing? Petrov, we do, but it was reserved for the other things from planet Pluto, not just for a trophy. Petrov, apologies. Another metallic drone is heard in the background. What follows are screams of the 4 cosmonauts, then gunshots. Elmira, run! Rushed footsteps are heard in the background. Behind them, the metallic drone is heard getting louder and louder until finally catching up with the footsteps. The screams get louder and more incoherent. Gunshots are heard. Vladimir is heard screaming, then gargling, and nothing is heard from him again. After a few moments, Petrov apparently trips on something, and after a thump, is heard gasping before coming silent as well. Alexei screams curse words for the entire remaining time his voice is heard, before a loud, violent slash is heard, followed by small thumps. Elmira continues to fire the gun even after the last of her colleagues perish, and eventually she reaches the inside of the rocket and slams the door. She's heard crying. Elmira, they're dead, all dead. There's nothing to be done anymore. Elmira, Vladimir, he was... Then the creature, tentacles, blood-sucking appendages. Then Petrov, he tried, we tried, but the foot, claws, stomp, stop. Alexei cut and slash, and the thing it's not, we will never, our families, they'll all, we will never, properly buried, At this point, the tape cuts to static. The scientists and officials on Earth were completely baffled. Trying to restore contact with the cosmonauts proved futile. There were plans to send a second rocket to Pluto to try and see what happened to the cosmonauts, but the project was delayed and eventually cancelled due to the ongoing crisis in the Soviet Union. When the Union dissolved and each country became independent, almost all of the information about the mission was long gone. The fates of Elmira, Vladimir, Alexei, Petrov, and the unknown cosmonauts are still a mystery, and we'll probably never know.